Stupid crap.
I'm
now.
so nervous.
That's my
Oh,
secret,
no.
dude. I'm always streaming. Hello and welcome to the Brickfeed podcast.
Hello. How are you?
Hey, what's up,
How are you guys
everybody?
doing today?
Hello
What is
and
that voice
welcome.
for?
Welcome to the Brickfeed podcast.
Voice is
That's a voice.
disgusting.
This is
That's
a
what
new
it
bit.
is.
I feel
I
like
hope
it's
you
a
guys have a lot
racist
of fun today.
caricature type of
We're
voice.
gonna be
I
Sure.
thought
a
it might be.
racist caricature?
I don't know. It sounds
A racist caricature? There's nothing racist about me.
You sound like that insect guy from Yu-Gi-Oh.
That's racist. It's another race. That's the meaning of racist. Hi guys, I'm your host John.
Okay.
I'm your host of R.
I'm your host, your third host twice removed, Ven.
and I'm the freeloader, purple.
And this is the
Dang,
Brickfeed podcast.
accurate.
Episode 85.
Sorry,
This is
what was
pretty
that,
accurate.
John?
Hi.
What?
It's
Say it
episode
again.
85. Episode 85.
85.
Recorded
85.
recorded the week of January 11th, 2000.
We're like 20 episodes away from 105.
This is the podcast where we talk about stuff.
This is a podcast where like we try to talk about news, but we always
Podcast
inevitably get off
so
topic or
dumb.
start talking about like
That's
Marvel
for
or
sure.
something. Dude, I wrote an essay about Brickfeed for one of
Why?
my classes.
Wait, you
Because
did?
my
What?
stupid
Why would you
audio
want to
production
think
teacher.
about Brickfeed
Oh my god!
outside
Okay,
of
let me complain about it
Brickfeed?
real quick. I have been in this class.
Oh,
This
Wait,
is the Lego
hold on.
podcast, not the complain about your teacher podcast.
I'm talking about Brickfeed.
No, you're
and
not.
she's
You're talking
fine.
about doing a report.
These
This-
essays,
what are
we
talk-
had
what
to
are talk?
write an essay about our earliest audio device. What does that mean? She wants us to
Your
write like
what?
an essay about like some stupid Barbie microphone you played with that's like in preschool. Like, what are you expecting us to
I
about?
guess like you.
It's your earliest
you-
audio device, whatever audio
you
device.
Write about the first
Why
time.
write about your
touched the
cell
microphone.
phone? You don't need to use a microphone. Write about any audio device. Headphones. Anything that does
I
audio.
actually-
Even a
I actually
TV.
wrote
Yeah,
it.
that's a really easy assignment.
What are you talking? What are you complaining
I
about?
wrote it. Okay,
This
I
is
wrote
the
about with my
easiest
pink
assignment I've
iPad,
ever
but,
heard
like,
of.
what does
You
she
need
want
to
us to
learn to
talk
think
about?
outside the box. Speaking of
Anything to
thinking
do with
outside the
audio.
box, you know what involves thinking outside the box? Building Lego. What's new today, John?
Well, there's actually not too much news. I wasn't going
Thank
to
you.
segue into the news that quickly, Ben. But
Oh.
thanks for
Okay,
thanks for
fine.
that.
Well, you gotta
Lego.
tell us we don't have anything to talk about. Then
Yeah,
we
I mean,
won't
okay,
interrupt
listen, let's
the
be
stuff
real.
that we don't care about.
There's stuff we have talked about, but we can't talk about it here because it's confidential.
Yeah.
But,
Well,
Oh.
actually, per the news, apparent so they actually released a bunch of new land guidelines, and same thing as usual. It's basically it's actually our same leak policy, so it's great. Yeah. So obviously it is the leak season. We are not going to be talking about leaks. Not even because we completely sold out our souls
Don't
to
think
Lego,
it. Don't say it.
but
don't think it,
because
don't say it.
the mouse will
don't say
kill
it.
us.
Don't think it. Don't
The
say
mouse is always on the watch. If we talk about any certain big superhero movies, you know what I'm talking about. Teen Titans Go to the movies.
Oh, yeah.
If we talk
Big
about
movie
any
right
of those
there.
sets,
Gosh.
we talk about any of those sets, the mouse will kill us, even though Warner Brothers
The
owns
mouse.
Teen Titans.
He's
Dude,
gonna just. He's
Dude,
gonna
the
drop
mouse is
his
waiting
gloves
outside
off.
your house right now with a sniper rifle. He's just waiting for you to mention his leaks.
His gloves are off. He's got on his new tactical suit. He's ready.
We get our new
you
tactical
ever
Mickey
seen-
minifigure
Have you ever seen Mickey Mouse without his gloves?
all the time, dude.
Ooh,
It's horrifying.
I
It's
haven't,
like
and I'm
it's like
afraid.
Mario without his shirt and overalls.
Why is Mario naked?
I don't know.
He has underwear.
Yeah, he does.
What?
He does.
Oh, no one mentioned it.
What are we talking about? What?
We
We're
said
talking about Lego,
They
obviously.
said without shirt and overalls. Speaking of overalls, overall, this podcast is about Lego, so let's get back on
I
track
appreciate
with
you,
that.
Ben. I appreciate you.
It's been a while. I
I
did
did-
get a new set.
Oh,
you
really?
What set did you get, buddy?
I
Holy
finally
crap!
got
Someone
a new
actually
set.
got Lego.
Yeah, I thought it was time that I break out
Excuse
of
me,
the,
I get Lego
the
every
Lego
time.
break. So I picked up the Octo training set with Ray and Luke.
Oh, dude, I really want that Ray minifigure.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's just too bad that it's not Ray with her new haircut. There's only one set that has that though, and it's the large walker. What's it called? Heavy assault walker. You know the Gorilla Walker? Yeah, that set
Yeah.
has that set has
Oh wow.
Ray with her.
I thought
mullet.
okay. That sucks. I like Ray's mullet. Her like
I like the
Qui-Gon
mullet
look.
a lot too. Yeah. But yeah, Luke is pretty cool though. Really like that minifigure. Looks way better in person.
Yeah, Luke's doing way better.
Yeah, and the little hut is really nice. I really like that build.
Can you link me the set on link?
Sure, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Sure, dude.
Totally, brah. I also picked up a Minecraft set. It was like it's a small nether set that they just came out with this year. I forgot the name of it. I'll probably pull that up in a moment.
A new one? Didn't they do like one before?
They have like 3 or 4 different.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Those Minecraft sets.
But this one's supposed to be like really small, like really easily modular. Let me pull it up.
Let me put the Star Wars set up so the audience can see.
Okay.
There we go.
Ba-ba-da-bum. Ba-ba-da-bum.
So,
Okay,
okay,
yeah,
let me-
so it's the other Ray look. I don't like that one as much.
Yeah,
She
it's
still has the little ponytails.
it's her
things,
outfit.
buns.
I hate those
From-
stupid ponytail things.
I like the ponytail
I
things.
hate
They're
them.
adorable.
Nah,
I kind
Nah,
of
they're-
like them. They
they're
look
gross.
good on her.
I prefer the
They
mullet.
look great on anyone else.
I do prefer the mullet.
I don't think it looks good on her. Makes her head look really small.
Oh, her forehead is pretty big with it. I'm not. I mean, like, but that's
I
not
just
the,
mean like
that's
her
not the ponytail.
neck gets like. Anyway,
This is the Nether set I got. The Nether Fight has 3 minifigures that I never got before. So and a magma cube. So it's like I need to get my
That's cool.
hands on it. Yeah, it's the easiest way to get Nether stuff. So hey.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're paying
That's
like
pretty
however
cool.
much, like what, over $30 for the other Nether sets? Nah, no bueno. I'd rather spend that $30 on this Octo training set. Sigh.
dude, same.
I wish it wasn't $30. Oh yeah, the Porg is adorable. Thing's so tiny.
Is the Porg nice? So when we go back to the Porg,
It's-
there's a
it's
Porg?
so small.
There's a Lego Porg. Hold up.
I want a Porg. Oh, that's cute. I want
Yeah,
it. I want it. I might have to get that. Wait, how much is this set?
it's $30.
Oh,
What?
never mind.
That's
no.
why. That's
30
why I
bucks.
said. it. That's
Oh,
why I
no.
mentioned.
Boy.
Yeah, I'd rather
No,
put
no,
my
no.
$30 towards this. I
Yeah.
guess.
I'll be honest, man. When I saw this, I thought this is it's kind of expensive for $20, but fair enough. I guess it has Luke and Ray, so like in my head, I was like, $20 is already too much for this, but it's okay. $30? Are you kidding me? You know what $30 gets
Damn.
me? 3 meals. 3 meals I need to
Get
survive.
you way
Yeah,
more than
but
3.
You know what $30 gets me? Old Luke.
That's 30 boxes of ramen, basically.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
You can get way more than just
I
3 meals.
I could feed myself for a whole month if I only ate
Yeah.
1 meal of ramen a day. But I mean,
It's the
I guess
college
you-
lifestyle right
that-
You
there.
can say that for
Healthy,
anything you buy.
and
though.
yet that's basically what I would do.
I got something. I don't think it's Lego though, but my roommate just gave me a.
I don't think.
Okay, because I don't know. Here's why. Apparently got me something because this package says it's from. Oh, it doesn't say it's from. Does it say it's from Purple? It doesn't.
All right,
Purple
cool.
is like wanting me to check my mail. She says it's not Lego though, so I don't know. I just
Why bother mentioning it then?
because he just dropped it off.
If you don't
why
know if it's
happening to me
Lego
right
and
now.
you've been told that it wasn't, been specifically told it's not Lego, why even bother?
Because it might be Lego. You never know, Purple.
It's not gonna be Lego if they said
She
it
might-
wasn't Lego.
She might have sent me something
I
Lego
hate
and
it
forgot
when
about
mommy and daddy fight.
Purple, is it Lego?
No.
Yeah, I thought so.
it. Okay. All right.
Bada bing.
You should
You
still
win
open
this
it,
round,
though.
Vardaran.
I've been waiting for
I win
that
every
to
round.
freaking arrive for like, I don't know, 6 months now.
6 months? Would you buy me 6 months ago? Oh, I have something for you that's here. I'm gonna
I have
send
something
you.
for you.
But
Did you like ship it to the wrong address or something?
no, I forgot. Well, I forgot. Like when I ordered it, it shipped to my address. It didn't like give me the new, so I have to actually ship it to you. Also,
Nice.
low key, I wanted to take a look at it because it's really cool.
Wow. Okay.
It's the Nenadroid Mercy.
Yeah.
That's totally Lego.
Oh, this is not, it's a Brickhead's Mercy. It's the
Brickhead's Mercy, huh?
Oh my god, this is
Someone get on that.
cool. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. All right, we'll go back to the podcast. I'll tell you about this later.
Hey
All right,
Ben, what
cool.
Nendoroid do you want?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh,
This is relevant.
is
to the
there a Reaper one?
Not yet.
Is
They don't really
there-
have a lot of good options.
They have
to
a
be
Han-
honest.
Yeah, they're
They
all,
have a Genji.
the Genji one's really cool.
Genji's
Anyway.
one's really cool. There's a Mei.
Oh,
for
I know.
whatever
I know.
reason.
There's a Tracer one. Oh, that one would be cool.
VAR has it. Yeah.
Ah, so now I have to get something different.
I mean,
Is there Lucio?
Wait,
No.
Purple, do you have
You
money?
have to.
Do you have money again?
me, not right now, but I can like save up for it.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool.
This is
Yeah, I'll have to look into that later. Real
All right,
quick.
well, thanks for joining us for our Overwatch podcast.
Back-
We're now gonna
back
yeah,
on
I don't know what that
topic.
was.
I'm sorry, my
back
roommate
on
just like he
topic.
just dropped it off. He was like, "All right, sorry, go on."
I was gonna say, getting the Octo training set made me want to get a more recent Return of the Jedi Luke minifigure, because I still have the old one that's kind of with an outdated face. And
I know
so
what you mean.
Felt like
It's just
getting a new
the
one.
normal face, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but the problem is there are no sets out right now that have it. So I would have to like go buy an older set that came out like a year ago too, and those are like overpriced online. The minifigure itself is overpriced. So I instead decided to go ahead and buy a bootleg Luke minifigure.
Oh wow!
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I did. And
Why would
here's
you
what
admit
it looks
something like that?
Here's what it looks like. It's hilarious.
Oh my gosh!
Look at that
Look
look
at
at
this.
printing.
Ugh.
Boom! I love how the hair perfectly fits the face.
Value.
This is what
Perfect
this is
representation.
no, this is exactly what I expected from a bootleg. So I'm very happy of this. What is the
Luckily,
actual Return of
It
the
just
Jedi
looks like an
look
old
like?
minifigure.
Luckily, it's a double-sided face.
Well, the face is too high. That's all.
Yeah, he's got a
Doesn't
big
look that
chin.
bad otherwise.
The other side of the face is fine. He has like the angry face on the other side, so I'm just defaulting it to that. But I saw this and I was like, oh my goodness, I didn't know I ordered Kronk Skywalker. Like,
Skywalker.
Kronk
gross.
Skywalker.
I'm gonna try to find.
I demanded
the,
a refund and he gave me my $2.50 back.
I don't know
Really?
if this is the latest Luke. It was released in 2015. Maybe the 2016 Death Star has a different version, but I think that this is the latest one. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. The printing on this, the printing on the one that I have isn't that much different than that one. But yeah, got some other bootlegs too, and those are really cool.
Oh yeah.
Got a Reaper minifigure.
Is it really a bootleg or just
Yeah, it's not really. That's just a custom at that point, right?
Yeah, I mean, like,
It's
It's like if it's
essentially,
not
yeah.
trying to pretend like it's an actual Lego thing.
It's not made from actual Lego parts. that's
oh,
what-
okay, I get it.
Super custom.
That's
that is-
essentially
that
what
is
I mean.
bootleg. That is
Gotcha.
bootleg.
Yeah, gotcha. Yeah.
Yeah, but it is pretty good. I don't know if it's made out of ABS, but it definitely feels like Lego quality plastic. What else did I get? I also decided
Can you
to get
post
a
that
Han
picture
Solo minifigure. Yeah,
the Reaper?
Let me go find him. I think I lost him already.
So yeah, we don't have anyone editing anymore. Rest in peace, Waj. So if you talk about something that's visual, I kind of need a link to it to put up on the stream, just so you know.
yeah,
Mm.
I know.
Yeah.
Let me
just so
find
we're
him.
on the same
I
page.
think I lost him. Just got him. Already lost him. Nope, I found it. Now let me take a picture. It's pretty cool. Have you guys really just like not been picking anything up?
No, dude, I mean, I haven't had money to pick up
I'm
anything.
I'm literally
I don't
I'm
blame
poor
you.
right now. I
Yeah.
I had enough
don't
money to pay
blame
for
you.
gas, and that was it.
Yeah, holiday season pretty much killed me.
Yeah, and I got like all my my hours cut for the holidays too, because like it was really slow. So they were sent us home, so I don't have a lot of money to spend right now.
Oh,
Did they
nice.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of balances out because you get holiday hours, but like at the same time, your hours are shorter, so it's like okay,
Yeah.
well.
So you don't get any extra money though. You're expecting extra
Yeah,
money for the holidays. So
exactly.
That makes a ton of sense. No, that really sucks. I've been there before where they've sent us home early for the holidays, and it was just kind of like I wanted to get extra time here. I was kind of hoping that I would at least get my normal shift and not be sent home like I once got sent home for Christmas Eve for 5 minutes of work, and I was like, okay, well, I mean, I guess it's free time, but
There, I posted a picture of the Reaper minifig.
Not paying any bills with that paycheck, that's for sure.
Yep.
Oh, that's really cool.
All right, let me copy this and copy that. Here you go, stream people.
Yay, stream people! Woohoo!
Yeah, I'm really impressed with this one.
This one actually,
Stripple.
this does look the printing on it is way more detailed than I thought it was going to be. It's actually,
Yeah,
pretty well done.
it looks
all
pretty
things
much
considered.
like a well done custom.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's way better to have the genuine article, but like all things considered, there's way less things to go. And I agree with VAR. It's less bootleg if it's something that Lego doesn't already make. It's just kind of like a cheaper custom.
Yeah.
Although honestly,
I mean, that's not
though, I wonder like how much it looks like. It's just a black, just black minifigure parts. That shouldn't be that hard to customize. And a hood, a black hood. I'm sure there's a ton of those.
Oh, most definitely.
Probably wouldn't be that.
I think it's like the cape and the guns probably that are all custom made.
I think the guns do exist,
but the cape might be custom.
So what part's not official Lego then?
No, I think
the
minifigure is bootleg in the sense that like the actual, it's not made by Lego. None of the parts were made by Lego.
Well, it's just a custom,
Like
though.
it's
No, okay, so usually if you have a custom, you still get a actual Lego part, and then you clean the decals off it and you print your own on top of it.
Yeah.
So it's still manufactured by the Lego company. It's still high quality.
Usually custom Lego is actually Lego parts that were distributed from the factory and everything. These are not Lego parts. That's why I said earlier I'm not sure if it's ABS at this point because I don't know if they use the same material.
They're made from a different material, yeah. Or they might be. This might be close to ABS.
I don't know.
Maybe
Seems kind of strange. It feels like you could have just used official Lego parts for that, but I guess maybe it's cheaper.
Yeah, I'm guessing it's cheaper. I know, but it's cool. I also got Han and Leia from the original trilogy because I mean I kind of went all out. I'm still waiting on more custom.
What prompted you to go on this like little custom kick, Ben?
I saw like a custom Godzilla mold minifigure online, and I was like, I need to get on that. I need. Yeah, and then I started finding out about all these like custom ones that are being sold on eBay for like dirt cheap. Let me see if I could find a picture of the Godzilla one. Oh, instantaneously found it.
Let me see this. Oh, let me copy this Han and Leia first, so people on the screen can see it. Don't zooms out.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the Han and Leia. They turned out really good.
Yeah, they actually.
Han's printing might be a little bit faded, but it looks so good.
Yeah,
and he's got the hair mold.
He does have that hair mold.
Hair mole. He also, and then here's the Godzilla mold.
Ooh, that's cool.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, how do I get this?
Yeah,
looked into it, ordered a bunch of customs.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
This one actually makes me. Yeah, that's 100%.
It seems like just such a you thing to do, Ben. Like just instant buy the Godzilla.
You're really into Godzilla. It's something I didn't know about you for a long while.
I love Godzilla, man. Godzilla's been my thing since I was a kid.
Oh, I drew Godzilla once. Only once, though.
I think you would have chosen a cooler thing to make your thing as a kid. All right.
Well, I mean...
Wow.
I like
Godzilla's
Godzilla too.
Interested me as a character. It just it's an interesting concept.
As a character, yeah, he's so deep.
Yeah, he's got a real deep mythos, personal struggle.
Real psychological stuff, man.
I'm really into superheroes, I'm really into like Marvel and stuff. And so like all the superheroes are, they're like some radioactive something, right? Radioactive spider, radioactive space radiation that turns Fantastic Four, gamma radiation. Radiation keeps creating these superheroes, right? And in Japan, radiation creates these gigantic monsters that destroy cities. And it's like, just interesting to think about. Like, what kind of event could have prompted the Americans to think that radiation creates superpowers and superheroes, and then Japan monsters that destroy giant cities?
Yeah. that's a good point, actually.
Yeah, right.
That's an interesting look at that.
Yeah. Oh no, I've always found that like kind of interesting.
That's really fascinating, actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really this is off topic from Lego, but like it's really fascinating when you think about it. They're like just the public perception changed iconic heroes. Spider-Man and Godzilla are so iconic, and they're created of the general attitude of those cultures at that time. So
Yeah,
that's crazy. Wow.
Yeah. Anyhow, well, Lego.
Keyword Lego.
keyword Lego. I'll go pull up pictures of some of the other customs that I ordered.
Do it.
In the meantime, I don't know if you guys have anything else that you wanted to bring up.
Not really.
So yeah. And the problem is I haven't had a chance to really do much Lego stuff recently, so I haven't really have anything to bring up. I'm even behind the news too, honestly.
Oh no.
Yeah, Brickfeed is like my news source. I never hear about anything until we talk about it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
If only the Philip DeFranco show covered Lego, then we would all be more informed.
Wow.
We'd also be out of business.
Let's go into
And that'd be true.
the big Lego thing that was released that we can actually talk about, and that is the ship in a bottle. And as you can see, it is the thumbnail for today's episode.
As you can see, it is a ship in a bottle.
As you can see,
is
there's a bottle. They're Lego bricks. It's made of Lego.
It's an interesting concept. I think X didn't like it.
Oh really?
He said, I think so. Well, he was kind of like making fun of it beforehand. And it is like it is lesser than like
cute. I like it.
It is. I'm not going to speak for him. Maybe it's totally a different like thing.
It's not like
I'm trying to
it's
find
not an ideas set, right? It's just a normal.
No, it's an idea set.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah,
I understand why X probably wouldn't like it then.
Yeah, X has always been a little.
He gets really uppity about those idea sets.
There's a list of all the pictures with it, but the one thing I'm going to try to find is the actual like original ship in a bottle entry that was on like Lego Ideas.
Right.
But it is. I remember
know,
seeing it beforehand, and I think it's less impressive. Obviously enough. Like
Well, yeah. I mean, you can kind of expect that.
I'll show you this. This is the original image for the ship in a bottle, the original Lego Ideas thing, and it is,
Oh.
Hey, wow.
That's pretty cool.
So part of the thing I did like about this original model, as compared to the Ideas model, was the
scale
detail
of the bottle.
ship. Yeah, it looks really big. And granted, I think the bottle is better done in the Lego, the official Lego Ideas version.
Yeah, there's less like pieces.
Yeah.
breaking it
less
up.
pieces abstracting it. But at the same time, there's something with that ship that I feel is lost with the Lego Ideas ship. I'm gonna go back.
The Lego Ideas ship is too short. The sails aren't as like in proportion and stuff. But with this, everything is like proportionate and.
For me, it's the scale of the bottle. It's the bottle is so much smaller in the actual set that the actual ship that you can build inside of the bottle gets like construed and kind of stretched down or squished down.
Right.
Because of it, so I don't know. The bottle's definitely built better in the official one, but at the cost of the ship inside of it.
And the stand I feel is better. I like the little Leviathan stand they have down here. That is like
Jinx.
This and the older one, it was kind of cool, but it's definitely not as impressive as the new one. They still have all the elements. They have the globes. They have like the things, but this is definitely a classic pirate model that was put into a bottle. And this is a new modern model, but the scale. You're right, Vi. The scale of the bottle and the scale of the ship is like what kind of kills it for me.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think it's a really cool set. I like the concept a lot. I would certainly pick it up. So I think it's it's another one of those idea sets that I think makes a good gift too. Like people that aren't really into Lego, but like you just kind of want to get them something to like, I don't know, like a stocking stuffer or just like a birthday present. It's kind of a thinking about you kind of gift. That's a kind of gift you get.
This is the ship actually inside the bottle in the original version, and I'm gonna get the new the new ship in a second. This is so that again, old ship and new ship. Boom.
Oh my, yeah.
So the scale difference, you can kind of see the difference there. You know, it's not exactly the best, but
definitely downgrade. But still a cool concept, so whatever.
Yeah.
It's more of the novelty that you would be buying the set for anyway, not really the ship itself.
Right.
It's not like you're
the concept.
Expected to really take the ship out of it.
The ship itself has about let me check the number of pieces. It is selling for $70, which is actually pretty nice in terms of like, you know.
Oh boy.
$70?
$70.
Okay, well maybe it doesn't make as good of a gift as I thought it would.
It's 962 pieces.
You're like, that's a stocking stuffer right there.
Yeah, a $70 stocking stuffer.
That's more like just the present itself.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
that's pretty pricey.
There's 962 pieces, and I believe a good number of them are
900 pieces. Is that normal for $70?
It's not normal, but a lot of them are the little one by one studs, the transparent blue studs.
Yeah.
The water, the illusion of the water. Yeah. So I'm assuming a good number of them. I don't know how many of them, but a good number of them are made to get that illusion.
I don't.
Why use pieces when you can use real water? Lego just sends you a water bottle.
I got pictures of all the bootlegs.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
so first there's Daredevil.
Yeah, let's go. Give me a second to get these all. Let's start with Daredevil first.
Yeah, Daredevil from the Netflix series. Had to get that one. Looked too cool.
Ooh. Okay, they don't make. They're not putting any of the Netflix heroes out on Lego sets, so this is kind of cool to see them.
Yeah, no, I don't think any of these designs would be translated to a real Lego set, because like the next one is Ezio from Assassin's Creed.
100%. They're never doing that.
Yeah,
they're never doing Assassin's Creed. So fair enough.
You never know. I mean,
mega
constructs. Yeah.
So are these custom knife pieces?
I believe so. Yeah.
Interesting.
Maybe.
Bootlegs are just.
I would like to see Lego do more like adult-oriented themes.
I would too, but goes against their
specifically targeted at like collectors. You know, like kind of how Mega does it.
We should talk about that after we're done with the thing, because that is an interesting thing. Should Lego branch out into that? All right. What's the next one on your list, Evan?
So there's Ezio. There's movie Deadpool.
Is there really a difference between movie Deadpool and like comic Deadpool? Because I feel like they're pretty similar.
Pretty similar, yeah.
The comic Deadpool minifigure that we got the
official one. Yeah, you're right.
Detail.
Yeah, you're right.
This one has more intricate detail. I don't remember if the old one had leg printing.
It is interesting to think that like Lego, because Disney is going to own Fox very soon, and so the X-Men and Deadpool will be. I would say that Deadpool is going to be considered canon. He was specifically mentioned as one of the franchises they're carrying over. Fantastic Four, X-Men, and Deadpool is what I think Feige said, or some president said. But it's interesting to think that there could
some dude with money said it.
Yeah, exactly. It's interesting that Lego is not going to do one of the Lego Marvel movies that comes out. I don't think they're going to do it. It would be very interesting if they actually did one based off a rated R movie. I don't think they've ever done that before. But like, one thing I would wonder is if Deadpool appeared in an Avengers movie later on, was that character blacklisted because he's rated R, or is just that movie not going to be released with anything?
I would imagine they just wouldn't do it with them. I mean, they didn't they do something similar to like another character, like Harley Quinn or something, where it was like
Harley Quinn.
Did I say Hardly?
It sounded like it.
It sounded like it.
Well. All right, well, Harley Quinn. Then they do something similar where it was like it was based off her like Suicide Squad outfit, but it clearly wasn't being marketed as the Suicide Squad one.
Let me find that one. What's interesting is Suicide Squad was also PG-13. But like for whatever reason, you're right. They did not do any Suicide Squad based things. They just kind of did. Here, let me
Right, but I would imagine if they really wanted that minifigure to be like a thing, that they could work around it by giving that a similar design to a different.
This might be
brand.
one of the ugliest minifigures I've ever seen.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I was never a fan of that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
I really don't like that. Let's compare it to her Lego movie version or her Lego Batman movie version.
Like Lego Batman movie one is so good.
This one is really good. So
yes, oh my gosh,
yeah, I really like that one. Krasix mentioned that the name might be enough to blacklist it, so that is something worth thinking about. Do we really want to have a minifigure with a character with "dead" in the name?
That's true. That's true.
Well, we have actually there's
sleeping pool.
Didn't Deadshot appear in a Lego set though? I know we have a Deadshot minifigure.
Had a set, and
I'm sure we have
had a set. So I mean.
Yeah, but like Deadpool is the Deadpool character. Well, he's already appeared in a Lego set. Let's get that out of the way. Yeah. He's already appeared in one. So that argument of the dead in the name is nothing because we already have it.
We also got Deathstroke.
But it might be because the name is tied to a rated R movie.
Oh, Krasix meant Suicide Squad. Okay.
Oh,
fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah.
I can get Suicide Squad, Lego not wanting to be. Yeah. Okay, I get that.
Yeah,
that makes sense. And that explains why Lego was trying to go around that branding. So, but that's just kind of like what I was saying. Is like if there is a movie that they don't necessarily want to advertise or like promote, but they do want the look of it, they can go around that by just adding
Lego
that,
Marvel
that
superheroes.
skin.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, Marvel superheroes. DC superheroes, they can go around it. So
yeah, okay, fair enough. Let's go back to these customs you were talking about, Ben. What's the next one on your list?
The next one, let me scroll back up. Punisher, just because of that trench coat, dude, looks so cool. I think it's based on the same custom that Meso got from Brickfeed.
Yeah, it looks similar to Meso's, but it's different. It's
very similar.
The face, I think, is definitely different.
Yeah,
100%. I wish he was still here so we could actually ask him about it. But he has stuff to do apparently. He was before the episode. He was like, "I'd love to stick around, guys. I really want to do, but I got some
stuff to do.
I got stuff to do."
Yep. I'll have stuff to do, Meso.
Meso has so much stuff to do for someone that like
doesn't do anything.
Well, he did also recently move, so he's probably still.
Yeah, but that explains even more. Like, what does he have to do then? He just moved. He doesn't know anyone or any place.
Well, like
he doesn't know anyone or.
He did go to that burger place. We follow his Twitter @Messanak. Yeah, he went to a burger.
Let's tweet at him right now. What are you doing?
Messa, what are you doing? That's the one thing I'm excited about. Messa moving closer to us is that we might have a bit of an insight as to what he does. I've always like for years and years. I've known this dude for like 8 years now. And he is always doing something. And this is before he had a job. And before, like, he was always going and say, "I have one friend." So I don't know what he did all day. But, like, aside from
I want everyone in the stream to tweet at Meso. @Messanak, what are you doing?
Do a hashtag Brickfeed85.
Hashtag what are you doing?
Just do it right now.
Just do it.
Anyway, right Punisher looks pretty cool. So next one though, oh my goodness, did not expect this one. Was Voltron.
Okay, let me.
As soon as I saw that,
Voltron one's really cool.
Yeah, that one I was like, oh, gotta get it.
So this is a render. Are the others renders too?
No, some are actually. I think this one's the only render so far.
I kind of thought there's one. I think the Assassin's Creed one was a render.
It might be.
But some
no, yeah, it is. It is.
That being said, I have been experimenting. Like the Punisher is pretty obviously a photo, but I have been experimenting with some photo stuff in Blender, so it kind of looks really cool.
Yeah, the Daredevil one I think is also a render.
Okay.
But yeah, no, I figured, hey, this looks pretty neato. It's Voltron. Man, imagine if we actually got a legitimate Voltron Lego set.
Have you seen the Voltron show? Who here's seen the Voltron show?
On Netflix?
I've seen the old one. I haven't seen the new one yet.
I've seen a good bit of it.
I want to see the new one. I keep meaning to, and I just keep forgetting to.
Yeah, it's something I realized, though. The new one is definitely geared more towards kids, because my brother rewatched it 4 times in a row, and I could barely get through the first episode on my first rewatch.
Yeah, you were talking about that. You were, when you first saw it, you were really excited for us to see it. And then you're like, it's okay.
Yeah, it's like the first, it starts off kind of like solid and stuff, and then like the middle few seasons are very meh because I don't know. I feel like they're sort of rushing it because it was like 4 seasons in a year or something. But then this latest season was like pretty good, or at least the first couple
4
episodes.
seasons a year? Are you kidding me?
Something like that. They're short
Bionicle
seasons.
gets 4 episodes, and Voltron gets 4 episodes.
It gets 4 seasons
in a year. Right. Sure. That's okay.
Yep.
I mean,
yeah, well,
we didn't need that many episodes anyways.
no one cares about Bionicle, John.
Especially not people who like Lego.
Nope.
I mean, our system fans are already rolling their eyes. I see the comments are like, why do you guys always bring up Bionicle? Hey, Kevin Hinkle. Kevin A. Hinkle asks if there ever been a live Brickfeed podcast before. There was one in the past, but it's a new year, new time. We're upgrading. All the stuff we've been talking about for years and years is finally coming to fruition. I feel like every new year we start doing more stuff for our content and start doing different formats. So
different stuff, yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
I don't know. I think this might actually be the first live Brickfeed. I don't recall ever doing one.
Oh, we might have done another. You're right. We did do TTV Talks live for a while.
Yeah,
we might not.
We
have
did
done a
TTV Talks live.
This
We've
might
done
be
the
the
podcast.
first ever
I don't think we've.
live Brickfeed.
Yep, I'm pretty sure it is. So, yay!
Hooray.
Woo.
Mr. Kevin Hinkle, of course. Was a great guy to hang around.
Yep. Anyway,
I did get
let's
two
go
more
back.
customs that did not embed. The next one was an alien figure, like the xenomorph alien.
Ooh.
Okay, all right, the xenomorph alien.
Here, let me repost.
I love
the
how
link.
we're
There
talking
it is.
about like
not Lego.
stuff.
This is the
Well,
most
I mean,
non-Lego
okay,
podcast.
So I mean,
yeah.
like we'll tie into our.
It's
our,
like
our
I
final
love
topic,
Lego
so.
so much. I want to get everything in Lego, even if it doesn't
Yeah.
actually exist in Lego.
Gotta love those bootlegs. I mean, these are still pretty cool. So
Yeah, I like
These
this
are-
xenomorph.
They're a good example of what could be done with the Lego system that they're not doing. I
they're
actually
not-
really
not
like
doing,
this.
yeah.
Like, I like how they used the skeleton body and like the existing pieces we already
Yeah, I
have.
thought this.
I'm trying to. Where? Oh, there it is. Okay, took a second to actually embed. Oh yeah, that's really cool.
There's a minifigure version too, but doesn't look as cool. And finally, there's this one with a stupid looking hood. It's supposed to be Edward Kenway from Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Supposed to be.
Keyword.
Look at that! Look at that hood. I'm
Yeah, that hood
swapping
is,
out that hood.
Let
Um,
me see.
It's kind of. Why wouldn't you just use a cloth hood? Well, I guess it wouldn't really retain the shape.
I wish they would just use the same hood as
I think the cloth hoods do
the
retain the
Ezio
shape.
figure.
I'm pretty sure there's some custom minifigures out there to have a better,
They probably do.
better hood than that.
But when I actually get it, I'm just gonna swap it out with a normal Lego.
The
hood.
printing on it definitely looks really good. I'm definitely not feeling that hood, but everything else looks good.
Same.
Everything's good but the hood.
The hidden blades are kind of a clever way to do that. They sort of clip
Yeah,
in.
yeah. That's basically it.
Nice.
Hopefully these ones come soon because I ordered these off of a different website. I didn't get them from eBay. I got them from a place that was advertising.
Is it Dan's Collectibles and more?
Yes, I hate it. I hate it so much because you know what? Stupid Dan doesn't doesn't actually ship from US. He places the order for you from China and he makes you pay for that shipping.
Dan.
I'm telling you, man,
So
the
it's like-
people from China, they pump out stuff like crazy. They like the bootlegs that come from Lepin. Those things are like out when some sets are revealed, much less like, you know.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on there.
They just
What brought me into buying these was that they were free, aside from shipping. Shipping was all I had to pay. So I'm at the checkout page, and I see the shipping, and I'm like, oh, great. It's basically like I'm paying $3 per figure. Okay, that's weird. And then I realized, oh, no, they're probably going to be shipping from China. And then after I placed the order, lo and behold,
There you go.
like
So
later
wait,
on, it got like a Chinese tracking number.
So how much was the shipping total?
Let me look. Yeah, like it starts with LS, or it usually starts with LS or LK. But yeah, let me go pull up that total again. It was quite a bit.
Man,
Freaking
that sucks.
Dan's Collectibles. Yeah, and then later I find these other ones on eBay, and I'm like, man, I wish I would have just searched these up on eBay. Get them shipped from the US. then I wouldn't have to wait like a whole lunar cycle to get my minifigures.
Dude, that's the worst part. The wait cycle is just awful. It
I like
takes
how you
so
said
long.
lunar cycle.
Total was like $25.
Yikes.
Yeah, and some of them aren't even being shipped together. I don't know why.
Why? Oh.
Probably to
Why?
get more money out of you.
Probably because this dude is just like relaying the order to his Chinese seller or whatever. Just I don't know. It's a weird system.
So let's talk about that a bit. We'll go back to a topic that Var had brought up a bit before. Lego or Lego doing themes that aren't family friendly. I feel like there is I guess like my view on this is warped because I'm an older like young adult, you know, and so like I want certain things in Lego that I don't get, and so my perception on this, what I want, is going to skewer versus everything. But Lego has traditionally been a family friendly company. How important is that as a like consumer? Do you think if they started offering some stuff that was a bit more mature or leaned on video games or that kind of thing, do you think that like that would scare off consumers?
I feel like it would, partially because a lot of people like to overreact to things. But
well, sure. I mean, I think you have to pick your battles. Obviously, you don't want to like do something that's way out of age bracket. But like, I feel like you can get away with doing certain things that like if you just brand it under a different kind of branding, like a collector's branding or something, like just like how Mega does it, where they got like the two different kind of sets where they're clearly some marketed towards adults and marketed towards kids. They even have two different like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle branding ones where you have the current Nickelodeon TV show.
Utilize the age bracket thing that they put on the boxes.
Yeah, you use that more. Because they I don't know. I think you can do it. I think there's a way to do it.
What would be a gateway? I mean, okay. The thing is too with Lego though. Lego has always said they're family friendly. They're against violence. Everything. They've been since the company's inception. However, that has laxed over time. The biggest deal being Star Wars. Right? Like
it's been very lax.
Did that
for
one
like
dude
a
say
decade
that like oh Lego Star Wars will happen over my dead body? Like some vice president of Lego said that early
Something
on.
like
and
that.
then after they did Star Wars, they're like, yeah, well we're doing Star Wars, but it's because like the forests or it's science fiction. We're not going to do something like Batman or something where you actually punch people. And then the Lego Batman movie got released last year. So yeah.
The Lego Batman movie.
The
So
Lego
I guess,
movie had so many guns and shooting and everything.
Yeah. I don't know. I think you can do, as long as you make it very apparent like which set is meant to be for kids and which sets are meant to be for adult collectors. I think you can do it. You can even get like duller like packaging or something just to even push that forward even more. I don't know.
And I mean, it's like I don't know. I'm just thinking about like how much that the value of getting some new licenses is right now. Lego's brand values specifically does not like first-person shooters.
Right.
They are adverse to doing anything in first-person shooters, and it's interesting because that policy was probably made in a realm where they didn't want to do anything military related. And they're still pretty much against that, and I think part of it is because of we also have a skewed aspect as being Americans, so stuff like violence, stuff like toy guns and everything that's very prevalent here in the U.S.
Yeah.
And to the point where it's like we take it for granted. Parents in Germany, especially, they're talking about the German market, don't like guns in anything. They react very viscerally to the appearance of guns and toys.
Right.
So,
and I mean that's fine, for sure. Because like I mean that makes sense. You don't want to. I probably don't expect Lego to go straight into like the FPS market where they've got like a bunch of military stuff going on. Besides, that would put out
Lego Call of
Duty. A lot of those custom makers out of business. Don't want that.
Yeah, I mean like there's still a good room there. But here's what I'm thinking in terms of like the biggest thing right now is Overwatch. I feel like Overwatch fits
exactly.
It's a very like more teen friendly design, if that makes sense. Like it's
right.
Even the animations. If you look at any of Blizzard's animations, nobody kills anybody in any of these animations. You can check every single. No
I've
one
seen
kills
some
anyone.
brutal gifs of me getting an arrow to the head a couple times.
Well, yeah, I mean, like I'm talking about the actual animated shorts. Like it was especially evident in the Hanzo and Genji one, where like Hanzo is shooting arrows and no one's dying.
Yeah, he just knocks out everyone.
Yeah, everyone gets knocked out.
Oh, but look at this set, Dino 2010.
Yeah, I think Overwatch is a
giant raptor and the dude shooting a harpoon right towards his head.
I think wasn't there
Raptor's
was
gonna
two
take
dino
a harpoon through the skull.
there were two dino there's one dino attack and there's like a dino 2010, right? And I believe the dino 2010 line didn't include guns. I think that's the thing. And if you're looking, there's a Lego Wikia article here, but it's saying that like the Dino 2010 had harpoons and large cages for capturing mutant dinosaurs, no guns. Even though I distinctly remember Dino Attack here in the U.S. and
Dino Attack definitely.
There were
had
definitely guns, in that.
I wonder if
I wonder if like my favorite line back then.
Do you think that increases like the cost, like the budget towards making that theme then, if they have to make two different versions for different countries?
Maybe.
That's probably why it didn't last too long.
But I mean, like, to be fair though, I mean, I would assume that it's not that, because they did open up a factory in America. Presumably, they might be doing targeted sets in the future.
My God, this was 8 years ago.
The factory in America would release. Oh, what?
Well,
no.
I would imagine that would just cut down shipping, right? Surely, because you don't have to export like a bunch of products overseas when you just have a factory there.
I mean, like, basically what I'm saying is that, like, if you have, like, the dinosaurs would stay the same, right? Just say they do Dino Attack in the U.S. factory. Well, they didn't have it. I don't know if they had it back then. Dino Attack in the U.S. factory, Dino 2010, and the English one. All you have to do is tell them to print different parts in the factories, which I don't think that's going to be necessarily a huge deal. The new molds will be going to the dinosaurs, not necessarily the guns or something. Yeah. But and the guns have gotten a bit more. Wasn't there? There was an era where like the Star Wars guns got really realistic. At once they're just like megaphones with a stud at the end, and then they actually got into,
Now there's actual blasters and stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I think that Overwatch is definitely a good point to bring up. I think that's like the perfect example of a thing that I think would obviously cater more towards older audiences, but I think is like the perfect kind of blend between adult themed while also not being too anti-family friendly as well.
Yeah, and there's
it's a good like bridge between the two.
There's been some stuff already, like who's it? Eclipse Graphics. He was at a Brick Fair, and I think you actually got the Tracer minifigure from him, right, Far?
Yeah,
I didn't get a Tracer minifigure.
I got it.
Ven, sorry.
Yeah.
These V's, man.
Yeah.
All right, let me go here.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you. We got
Yeah.
The actual designs for the guns and the characters and everything were not as crazy and like violent as like Lawbreakers, you know.
You're right. Yeah.
They're much more.
And they're all very much like not actual real. Like they don't resemble real weapons either. So
what is another theme kind of like? They did also have like the Dimensions had like a Lego A-Team set, right? Didn't they have Mr. T?
Yeah, they did.
So it might be. I mean, honestly, I feel like you could get away with Halo. To be honest, like I know there's actual death in the property, but like I think with the weapons and the way you can represent those, like most of those are like alien blasters, and you never see blood in the games. I think it's probably it's definitely more towards like adult theme, but I think that's starting to get closer to. I think if you go past that, you're probably going too far into adult.
Yeah,
but I don't think Halo is like an example of an M-rated game that I never felt needed to be rated M. I never understood why it was rated M.
I get you. Yeah.
Same.
So
it was very odd that like because like I guess there's blood and that's why they rated it M, but you can even just take the blood out.
Where?
It's really not.
Yeah, where was the blood? I don't remember seeing it.
I don't know. I sometimes
there was alien blood in the first one.
There was a lot of blood in the first game.
In the first one, yeah. But after that, like where was that?
Kind of toned it down a bit. Third game definitely was like not as noticeable. I think really the M rating came mostly from what happens in the campaigns. Like some of the cutscenes are a little bit brutal. What with the flood?
Yeah, actually, the story is
the
flood. Yeah, that's it. That's what
the flood was pretty horrific.
The blood is the reason why.
Okay, Meso.
Yeah. So I mean, cut out the flood. You don't need flood. Modern Halo doesn't really have flood. I don't know. I don't think it's really that too adult themed, but I just think that's an example of an adult themed sort of FPS style thing that could work in a Lego atmosphere depending on how you promoted it.
There's also like really brutal stabbing in a Halo region.
All right, cool. All right, I'm starting to be reminded about why it's rated M. Cool.
I'm trying to think.
I'm like thinking about it and like, oh wait,
Mega Bloks is never gonna let that franchise go. They're gonna hold on to that for dear life. It's the only thing keeping.
You can break all those Halo sets, in Halo 4.
All those awesome Halo sets Mega Bloks is doing that could have been Lego sets, though. You know, it's just like
I get you.
It's clearly something that's working for Mega because they're holding on to that license despite the games being pretty much forgotten nowadays.
I think the chances of getting like a Nintendo line for Lego seems pretty high. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen more of that. Actually, okay. So Kevin Hinkle posted in the YouTube chat that the Simpsons is a totally adult targeted focused Lego theme and is a limited selection. But that is interesting. Wasn't the Simpsons originally supposed to be like kind of like a family show? I know a lot of kids watched it. People who were kids in the 80s watched it, but I guess it's very adult oriented. No. So I don't know.
It was never intended to be a family show. The whole point of The Simpsons was that it was subverting the idea of what a family show was, because it was like a parody,
a parody of those shows, right?
Yeah, it was like a parody of that wholesome family friendly show where the family's all together. Instead, it's a family being very much not wholesome.
Mr. Hinkle also recommends Splatoon as a possible one. Possible idea. Yeah.
See, like, I think so. Yeah, Simpsons is a good more of that. I think.
Also, Legend of Zelda.
I get you. I mean,
even Big Bang Theory is kind of going into.
Yeah, you're right. Big Bang Theory is a collector's thing, but I'm thinking would Lego ever do South Park? Is it like
South Park's way too bad. It's way too.
Oh yeah, no.
I like South Park, but Lego should never touch that with that would cause controversy.
The minifigures would be so dumb. They'd look like the Disney
ones,
the giant heads.
The minifigures would be so bad.
I don't know. We'll look up a custom one.
All right, go for it. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other themes that are kind of in this.
Aladdin. They would be Duplo sets.
Oh gosh.
That would be Magic and someone else is saying that Kinect has the Nintendo license.
Oh my goodness!
I believe they only had the Mario Kart license. Oh boy, okay, I gotta throw these up.
These are
good grief. These are very interesting.
Yeah.
That one.
Look, John, they all have short legs.
Well, they're supposed to be kids. That's why they have the adults, and the adults will have normal legs, which makes sense because the ones with the short legs are the kids, not the adults.
But the ones with the short legs are also the main characters, the ones that you're supposed to be buying.
Baby legs.
That's
also...
true. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no! Look at this. Look at this.
Cartman.
This is disgusting.
Wagner says it's John's people. That's racist. Thank you.
Is it racist or are you just short?
It's a fact. It's a fact. But facts can be. I'm kidding. This Cartman's a very interesting mold.
It looks like I'm pretty sure that's just a bunch of clay, but
mold is being very generous. Mold is mold is me trying to throw him a bone. I'm trying to be nice here.
It's always hilarious to me to see people try and mold Lego stuff out of clay.
Yeah,
it always looks so bad.
What licenses does Mega Bloks have now? Real quick, what's this before we wrap this up?
What licenses?
Wait, one more thing. Look at this.
Ooh, that's creepy.
Oh my god,
so creepy.
Mega Bloks they've got Call of Duty, they've got Halo, they've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I know they made some like Family Guy sets, like not like full sets, but like they're.
I can't. And before we put Mega Bloks on the screen of this like a podcast.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a relevant discussion because I think it's the one thing that I think Mega Bloks is actually doing really well that Lego isn't doing. And I kind of wish Lego was doing.
Look at these Pokemon. How did Lego miss the ball in Pokemon? That should have been a shoe-in. They could do the freaking blind bags. They could do like the custom minifigures. I mean, it'd be a bit more expensive, I guess. But like
blind
Mixels,
bags would sell so well.
Mixels, but they're Pokemon. Tell me that's not a buttload of money.
That's essentially what Mega Constructs is doing right now. So
are they really? I mean, there you go. The power of licensing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, Mega Constructs is.
Oh, Destiny. Constructs says Destiny.
Destiny. Okay, all right. Let me go through. On the side here, it's saying American Girl, which is a very mature theme that I don't know if they should touch. Well, I might have to steer clear of that one.
American Girl.
It's a doll theme. My sister.
Okay, I was about to say. I was like, are you sure that's
No, I was making a bit. I was doing a whole joke here. So,
cool?
yeah,
To be
okay,
fair, it
anyway.
doesn't like they have a lot of themes. They've got their themes are very limited for sure.
They are doing, yeah. They actually they do have Pokemon. I guess Nintendo is splitting up because I feel like Connect has Mario Kart, and I guess Mega Bloks is Pokemon. Lego doesn't have anything from Nintendo, right?
Nope.
As far as I
could
know,
be-
no.
It could. I mean, listen, people have been wanting Zelda for a while. Zelda they could pick that up. That'd be cool.
Zelda.
If
would
they-
be-
There's
they
definitely a
did
market for Lego Zelda.
They
I
did
think.
a collectible minifigure Nintendo theme. Remember, they're doing like what's next, and like they're doing the Never Lego Batman. They're doing a Ninjago one maybe. And then
I think let's
Ninjago.
we need to move away from superheroes, guys. Let's do like we need something other than superheroes. Any other big theme?
Yeah, yeah.
Give it to us.
Aren't they?
But
Did they
superheroes
already
are-
have a custom Simpsons line?
A what? Simpsons line?
What?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
like a the same thing. The collectible minifigures, but they were a Simpsons theme. Wasn't that something?
Oh yeah, you're right.
Either that was like a very big rumor, or I'm pretty sure that came out. I'm not up to date with the.
No,
collectibles
that
because
that
it
was
costs so much
definitely a
money.
thing.
I only get the ones that like that actually interest me. So the Lego Ninjago movie one and the Lego Batman one, and the new Lego Batman wave that's coming out. They all interest me as like because I'm a collector, but I collect specific things. But I didn't really want the Simpsons one, so I forget if that already came out or something. But I'm pretty sure it did. Yeah, actually, I think there actually were two series of The Simpsons. So, my bad for not being up to date with that.
Okay.
All
Well,
right.
so that's pretty much all the themes that Contracts has. They don't have a lot, but I think the ones I listed out they're heavy hitters. But I don't know. I feel like Halo is an example of one that could work. Call of Duty, no, I don't think Call of Duty would work.
Call of Duty's never gonna happen. Like Battlefield,
Yeah.
that's not gonna happen.
Never.
Technically,
Realistic military.
Battlefront is
Battlefront.
like a Star Wars
I mean,
already,
it's
so I don't think they'll ever do a
technically
thing. So, yeah,
already
they might as well just
happened.
do- Yeah.
They already
So-
they already have sets for Battlefront.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like adding more collectors type sets. And I honestly, this is the direction I think they should take Bionicle as well. If they were ever going to do, they're not going to, but if they were to bring Bionicle back and they weren't planning on and they weren't planning on making a whole theme, I think giving it sort of like a collector's pack sort of branding to go along with some of their other adult
like a
themes
General
would be-
Grievous kind of like build where they
Right.
go all out with that and make it kind of more expensive, but like
all
$40
out exactly go all out with it, make it really expensive and aim it towards adults, not kids. I think you don't need to give it a whole theme. You don't need to give it like a whole like wave. Just like 5 sets at total maybe.
So buildable action figures, but they actually take that all the way and they make it like very technic based, and it still looks good because we know constructions can look good. We've been in this community for a long time. We've seen these people make amazing mocks that actually look form.
Exactly.
That could be interesting.
Yeah.
That could be a very interesting
direction.
fun to take that. It's easier for us to say as fans. I don't know how well Grievous sold though.
I don't either, but I just think there's there's clearly an AFOL market for Lego, and I feel like the only real things that I feel are geared towards AFOLs are modular buildings and like
some of the technic stuff and the architecture.
technic architecture and modular buildings, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I just feel like you could do a bit more with that. You can go because it's like adults like more than just buildings,
Yeah,
there are
Adults like
themes out there that
anime.
we enjoy as well. There's games that we enjoy. There
And
are
I mean,
things that you can make money on.
It is a thing too that like previously this would not have worked back in the 80s or 90s, right? I feel like only recently we've been in a an environment where like more and more adults still like not only buying Lego but like other themes, like pop media. They like all the pop culture and stuff. That's a newer thing. Normally when you became a parent, you were just focused on your kid and that was it. But now like I feel like most people keep their fandom almost, into adulthood and into parenting and into beyond. So
yeah, and like they do it. Like they do have those exclusive, very much adult oriented sets with the the Millennium Falcon that we just got this year. That was ridiculous and half my rent. Like that was the thing that came out. But I'm thinking like do that more, but maybe a little less expensive. But do more of those adult oriented sets that are very clearly geared towards the adult fan base. That are fanatics about these themes, like Star Wars. I think Star Wars is.
Go on.
Star Wars is like your first step towards a bunch of other themes that I think adults would really like as well. So I don't know. I think that's the way
I think that's why they started with Star Wars Construction. That's why they chose Star Wars to be the like Construction was going to be continued on.
That's true.
Line.
Yeah, that's a good point actually. Probably.
Yeah. So
also, because Star Wars is also as marketable towards adults as it is to kids, so it helps. Right.
But like, there's also like there's a separate thing too where like they're not doing the collectible aspect that you were talking that they should do. They are still doing this kind of older. You know, like the contractions is still gated or are priced for younger kids, and they're still priced for a smaller audience. Yeah, and I feel like that has hurt the construction line in a bit because, well, the action figures. Again, I love construction, but like the way that they're handling the action figures, there's too little parts to make them actually look good. And what you get is that a lot of the people who like construction are like, I'm not going to buy it. Some people are still salty about Bionicle being canceled, so that's also like that's a target demographics out, and then like
yeah. There's just so many possibilities you can go with there, and I just think that it's the market that they're not tapping into, and Mega Bloks is, and I think that's helping them out a little bit.
We can talk a lot about what they should do, but do you think they're going to do it? Do you think that's a path they're going through with Star Wars?
I don't think they're going to. I wish it was. I don't think that's what they're going to do. No,
I would actually say yes. I think if we look back at the Lego company in 10 years, they are either they will have evolved or they'll be much smaller than they used to be.
Well, I mean, sure. If we're looking that far in the future, then maybe, yeah. In 10 years, sure. In the near future, in the next 5 years, probably not. I don't think so.
We're getting really close to the point where I said I would be done with doing videos. If you remember, there's one time we did the Lego, we did the Bionicle movie, and we did the Web of Shadows, and I said, man, if we'd have to do if I'm still making Bionicle videos when the Legend Reborn comes out, I don't know, I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be super depressed. And now it's almost 2019. It's 1 year away. So we could very realistically be here in 5 years and look back on this conversation and be like, well, we were stupid, or we were really smart.
Or at the because I mean, the example that you provided said that you didn't imagine that you would continue doing the exact same thing for the next 5 years. And
that's true. I didn't imagine I'd
still doing the exact same thing.
I didn't imagine I'd be my Uncle Tiana. This is before my uncle came back. So fair enough.
I mean, if anything, that supports the idea that Lego wouldn't be going this direction. But I don't know.
That's also very fair. It's very fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of like adults love novelty stuff. Like they love seeing things that they really enjoy being represented in Lego format. Right, and I think doing that more is a great idea.
But you also have to balance that collector's thing too, because we were just talking about the ship in a bottle and how like we thought, oh cool, great stocking stuff.
You gotta balance it with price. 80, you do. $80. You really do.
Yikes.
$80 is $70 is too much.
So let's talk about this. I got the Nendoroid Mercy purple. How much does this cost?
Oh, like $50. Nendoroid. That's how I always say it. Nendoroid. No, it's Nendoroid.
You said the exact same thing. Hold up.
Nindroid and then Nendoroid.
Nindroid is from Ninjago. Nendoroid is the
Nendoroid. It's an E. Nendoroid.
So how much
it's also Doroid, not droid. Okay.
It was $50.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, it's $50.
Oh, it comes with like alternate faces and stuff. Oh, it's interesting.
But I mean, think about that, right? Like you've got like a Lego Brickhead, which is only $10, and it is bigger than your $50 Nendoroid figure. So, I mean, you are willing to put $50 towards a cute little representation of whatever it is you really enjoy because you like that representation. Now, obviously,
let Purple put that money down. So,
well, yeah. I mean, obviously, like with Lego, it's a little different, right? I don't want to spend $50 on a Brickhead Tracer, but at the same time, I'm willing to spend $50 on Tracer being represented in a certain style that I like. So that means that if we had something that I did enjoy, like I don't know, like I can't even think of anything on top of my head, but like I don't know, a ship from Halo or something that I really liked. Like the Covenant dropship is really cool looking. If I got that for $50 and it's a really good representation of it, and it's not crappy, plastic from Mega Bloks, it's actual Lego that you can use to display on your awesome gaming setup or something, that's awesome. I would pay money for that.
I just thought of
has improved a lot over the years.
I'm sure they have.
I was thinking, like, how much is a Hot Toys? How much is one of those?
Hot Toys is expensive. Yeah, those are like at least $100 or more. At least
$100. I'm thinking of like a really expensive Darth Vader. That's like goes all out with the Technic build, so in the construction thing, so like it has posable fingers, has like all the articulation and everything. It goes out of its way to look almost like out of its way to look as much not Lego as possible. I'm looking 100%.
I'm looking at this Iron Man Mark IV figure from Hot Toys right now. Before I even give you the price, I want to let you know they've got two ways to buy this thing. You can buy it outright at the price, or you can lease it for months. Or you can have a month plan to pay for. That just go ahead.
Hold up. Can you just give us a photo? Don't tell us the price. I want to see the patrons and like some people can guess how much it is. All right. So just link it in the.
Let me get a photo.
Yeah. Cool. We'll see how much.
Okay. Well, it doesn't let me just copy and paste it. So let me take a screenshot.
We should do a game where like we have a Lego set and we're like, how much does this cost? And we'll see what people.
That would be a fun series. Actually, let's do that.
That's a fun series. I'll write that down.
Yeah.
Now,
and maybe like each person gets like their own line, so like they know all the stuff, looking it up and all that, so you don't like accidentally get spoiled for
to
other
be fair,
things.
this figure is really good. Like it's really good, and there's a lot going on with it too.
Let me.
It's got a pretty cool display and everything.
Okay, wow, that is a really good Iron Man. It's got the Is this the Iron Man 2 figure?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to say.
Remember, this dude had to have giant machines put his thing on, not like it didn't just fly. I want to
say it's $400.
Okay.
Everyone keeps we read every chat wherever we're live streamed. We just don't mention it all the time. Everyone keeps asking, "Are you reading this chat? Are you reading this chat?" We pay special attention to the Patreon chat because that's the one it's in the video and we pay attention to. But we glance over at the YouTube chat too.
All right. So Vin said 400. John, how much do you think?
I'm gonna say
50, 350.
300. I'm gonna say 300.
300, and then purple. You said 250.
I said 350.
Okay, 350. Well, you are all way too low.
Okay, hold up. All right, I'm gonna readjust. I'm gonna say 800.
950.
Too high.
600.
700. 700.
700 is the closest. Well, actually, John, I think you might have said 600. The price is $635.
Kazapar wins it at 650 in the chat. Yeah.
His post is edited though.
Dude,
just changed it.
Oh, just changed it? Oh.
To purchase this
set, you get to work on TTV. You get to work on some music for us.
To purchase this set, you can do it like a month plan where you have to pay like $71 a month. You can do like 8 payments of.
Okay.
That's so disgusting.
Something. That is, of course, not including the non-refundable minimum deposit of $63.
Oh my gosh. That is too much. Listen. So a bunch of my friends got married.
I already feel weird spending $20 on like an average action figure. Like this is.
Dude, I feel weird spending $50 on an Android that isn't for me.
That's just kind of there.
It's a really good figure. It's a really good figure.
Here's like my friends just got they got married and they had to figure out their budgets. Can you imagine sitting down and being like, okay, so I got my cell phone bill, I got my rent, I got to pay for my for my housing, I got my car payment,
I got my Iron Man figure.
I forgot my Iron Man 2 figure payment. Like, my cell phone right now is like what to pay for my cell phone is like $40 to $80, I think, or somewhere in between that range. But like, imagine I was like, all right, I got my $80. Oh, I forgot my Iron Man 2 figure payment, my action figure payment plan. I've got to put that there as well. Got to set aside. What if Lego did that for the Millennium Falcon, where they're like, you can pay 10 easy.
I mean, honestly, I would probably do that. Like that would make that set way more affordable for me. I mean, that's easier than paying like $400 off the bat.
Yeah, honestly,
actually, isn't it 800?
800 off the bat. I think it is.
I would have gotten the Death Star had they done it like that. Like just like 10 payments of $50 a month. I totally would have done it. So
yeah, honestly, I would totally do that. So.
But I love the idea of like if you're getting married, you have to sit down with your budget, budget of your spouse, and be like, all right. Well, I got like 4 action figures last month, so that's about $200 we gotta pay in our payment program.
But
oh boy,
the point is though, adults are willing to cash out money for really good representation.
Adults have money to buy stuff. I didn't have money to buy stuff as a kid.
Yeah,
it's like gotten into the lore.
There's obviously a balance between them. You can't just go crazy. Like the Millennium Falcon is an instance of something that I think works on occasion. You don't want all of your collectors, adult-oriented figures to be like $800, right? Or sets, not figures, but you can do figures too. But so there's a balance between them. You don't want to be too expensive. Like Lord of the Rings, I think is an example of a theme that might have been a little too pricey. Like everybody really liked Lord of the Rings. We all wanted the sets, but it's just a little that extra.
It's funny.
Price gap was a little too much.
what I wouldn't mind is, I mean, the Millennium Falcon is a very big thing. I wouldn't mind like themed modular buildings. To be honest, if they got modular Hogwarts, tell me you wouldn't shell out for that right now.
I would get. I mean, listen, if I got more of the like Ninjago City type sets, I'd be all for it.
Oh, dude,
different kinds of buildings from different kinds of like things.
I want to get all the modular buildings.
Amazing.
Hogwarts would be great, or like a those kind of things I think is good. And because they're complete too. I had a bunch of people over, and like people who aren't even into Lego are like absolutely fascinated by the modular buildings. They'll stay like the moment I like take it apart and I'm like, oh, you can take the roof off too. They're like, ooh, they're like, this is really cool. So, yeah. It's a centerpiece. Sure. Like I said, the Cinderella Castle centerpiece. We've already hit an hour mark. Do we want to? We might skip the extra mark, or do you want to do the extra mark this week?
Alex isn't here, so why bother?
He sent me what he wanted to talk about, but
do you think that we would enjoy what he wanted to talk about?
Spoilers. It's more mechs.
Okay, so let's not do mechs. If we're gonna talk about a mech, let's not do a mech.
Okay, all right, fair enough.
Only because we've talked about mechs like for the past like 10 times we've done the
like X loves his mechs.
Might as well be called the Mextra Mock.
X loves his mechs. Did you guys have anything cool you wanted to highlight? Or
not particularly. There are definitely some cool mocks out there.
I'm hungry, dude.
All right,
let's get out of here. Let's
go
get
you. I really want to open this Nendoroid. So, Nendoroid. Thanks you guys so much for listening to the TTV Brickfeed podcast. As always, if you enjoy what we do, you can go to our Patreon, patreon.com/TheTTV channel. That's THETTV channel. And we're also on YouTube under youtube.com/TTV channel as well. And if you want to see more mocks or cool things that community has made, you can go to board.ttvchannel.com. We actually did get a lot of cool system Bionicle stuff we're going to talk about on Brainstorm. But I'm really looking forward to seeing what is in future for all of that stuff. Yeah, and I guess like for people to know, we are we're experimenting with live streaming this for the month of January. We are, for people who are part of our Patreon, we are also planning to announce and roll out some new Patreon perks depending on how well the live streams go and how things work up. But this is whenever we hit the new year, we always do something new. We do new themes. In the past, we've launched new shows. And the new year is kind of when we do our reset button and we're like, what do we want to do that's like we're launching now. So let us know what you think about the either live streaming or doing some new things with the podcast. We're also putting the podcast up on a separate channel. Let us know your feedback, and we'll hope to hear more from you. See you next week. I'm John.
I'm Bar.
I'm Ben.
Oh, I'm Purple.
And this was Brickfeed. Goodbye. Yeah, don't.
Why do you do that?
I don't know.
It's like this is your first day on the job, but it's not.
Why are you always doing this stuff?
Why are you always like this? Why are you like this? Also, thanks so much for the thing you bought me, Purple. I really appreciate it.
Wow.
Yeah, thank you so much for the thing you bought me, Purple. Next time, make sure you revive me when we're playing.
No, she bought me a Mercy. Okay. This is her because she didn't revive me. She bought me an active Mercy that can always revive me.
How about your own dang Mercy?
Yeah. I appreciate you, Purple. All right, we're going to wrap this up.
Let's get out of here.
3, 2, 1, goodbye.